This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. Tip-off goes to the Hornets. To the inside. And stolen by Edwards. Here is DiVincenzo. And there's the 8-second violation as they can't get it across half court in time. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation. Ball outside. Buries it from 3.
The young fella. Ball getting more and more comfortable from the corners.
That'll be a 5-second call. Pass to Green. And stolen by Edwards. And they're on the run. And Edwards slams it in.
And right there, Edwards shows you his ability to impact both sides of the ball.
And Stan, while Edwards has pushed back, it hasn't stopped others from comparing him to his heiress, Michael Jordan.
And that talk is more about how his game reminds one of MJ and less about greatness. Edwards' career is just getting started.
Now here's DiVincenzo. Puts up a 3. Knocks down the triple.
Well, defensively, all eyes are on Edwards, and that creates opportunities for others.
Here's ball. It's rebounded by Anthony Edwards. And here are the Timberwolves. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Charles Lee. I asked him about Julius Randle and why he's so hard to stop. Coach said it's the ball handling, the spin moves, and the ability to finish against length. They want to try to force him right and take him out of his rhythm. Something many teams have tried, but few have accomplished. Guys?
As always, Allie, we thank you.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
To the left wing. Back to Miller. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. 6 to shoot. Here's Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
Hey, when in doubt, run the defender off the screen.
And you know, with a result like that, we'll see them run it again.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
And I love how he's pushing the tempo and creating for others. He does this game in and game out. Incredible.
Yeah, when you're moving the ball like that, it just keeps everyone engaged in the game.
Now you want to get him going as soon as possible. Great way for him to start this game.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
The ball's knocked loose. That one's good for 2. DiVincenzo's got 5 points. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, so far they've done a great job of reading the offense and repeatedly putting themselves in the right place to interrupt the play and force turnovers.
And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
The kick out to Edwards. Hornets with the rebound. Miller outside. Counted from distance. He's got 5.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Edwards for 3. Williams grabs the board.
Something's off about him this quarter.
Yeah, and sometimes guys just start pressing. The best thing for him is to just slow it down and concentrate on solid shot selection.
And the shot's good. Edwards got his second basket of the game.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards, taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Pass to Williams. Here's Ball. He takes it in. Williams' shot is good.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
Here's Randall. And out of bounds. Charlotte will have it. Here's Ball. He's got 5. Driving inside. Some room here for Williams. And another basket for Charlotte.
Well, look, if he misses that shot, coach might think of benching him. He's pretty fortunate he got that one to go.
The baskets were coming early and often in the first quarter. Hornets out in front, leading by 5. And the second quarter is on its way when we return. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. All right, a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Hornets.
Well, you know, the analytics guys would tell you a team shouldn't be taking this many mid-range shots, but clearly they're shooting them with confidence.
Here's Edwards. Can't hit it from 12 feet. The Hornets leading by 5. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Well, the Timberwolves are one of the biggest teams in the association, and Coach Chris Finch said, quote, "That's how we're built. It's part of our identity. That's what we have to lean into. We want to be big at the rim and force our size on opponents." Brian, he loves to see other teams hesitant to venture into the paint.
Hearing footsteps, right? Allie, thanks. And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage at his position, Grant?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons.
Here's Ball. Uses the glass on the layup. Ball's got 9.
Yeah, inside Ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
Right side, DiVincenzo. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a three-point play.
Personal foul.
That's on Mark Williams. Minnesota shooting their first foul shot of the game. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
Now here's Williams. And Dante DiVincenzo is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
And the Hornets with possession here. Leading by 5. Ball outside. Launches a 3. From distance, LaMelo Ball.
Fearless from beyond the arc, LaMelo has unlimited range and tremendous confidence.
It's Edwards with a drive. And Edwards slams it in.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. The take from Ball. Bridges outside. Here's the 3. Count it. His 3rd and 5 attempts.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Pass to Randall. Out to DiVincenzo. And here's Edwards. Randall on the screen. Ooh, Edwards with style and authority.
Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
And that was good. Ball's got 9 points now in the quarter.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
Assist goes to
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And Grant, the success of teams like the Timberwolves showing that size still matters.
Yeah, in this pace and space era, that may have come into question just a bit, but size and skill combined has always been your best bet at winning.
Here's Edwards. Pass to Reed. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. That's on Mark Williams.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
at the line.
And Coach, how about Naz Reid, the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year award winner?
Yeah, Brian, sort of unique. We often associate that award with shooting guards, but although he's a big, Reid is more than capable of putting up big numbers, including from long distance.
Here's Dillingham. Inside. 20 feet out. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
I'm not sure how he's going to explain that shot later.
Yeah, you know, back in the day, you'd be taking a seat. Now, unfortunately, it seems like we see too many ill-advised shots.
Minnesota with the ball. Following the bucket by the Hornets. Outside Conley. Launches it from deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. Conley's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Miller outside. Takes the 3. Rebound Minnesota.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Now here's Ingles. Still no points. They set the pick. Conley goes in. Pass to Reed. 5 on the clock. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Over Green. And so we wrap up the first half. Hornets out in front. They lead by 8. We'll take a quick break and then get you back to the action. And we played through the first half. Plenty of basketball left in this one. Timberwolves trail by 8. Here's Alexander Walker. Rebounded by Nurkic. Here's Charlotte. They've led by as many as 11. A nice shot by Smith.
A dead-eye shooter. Nick Smith is great from three-point land. That might be his biggest asset to this team.
Pass to Dillingham. Now here's Alexander Walker. Ingles from outside. Williams grabs the board. Hornets leading by 11. There's the steal. Fast break. Here we go. Banked it in off the glass. Ingles got his first 2 points.
Once he saw the smaller defender guarding him, he took it right to the rack.
Here's Okogie. There's a screen by Nurkic. Deflects the pass. Pass to Man. Yep, that one goes. And the Hornets lead by 11.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Here's Dillingham going inside. The kick out to Conley. Outside, Alexander Walker. Launches it. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And for the defense, that is a heart-sinking moment when you see him that wide open from beyond the arc.
Now here's Nurkic. No points yet. Sinks the tray.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And that one's good from Conley.
Yeah, not just a jump shooter. Conley is also adept at finding real estate close to the rim.
Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
That's not a bad shot at all. It just didn't go in. Sometimes the process is right, and you still get a bad result.
Now here's Williams. And that one's good.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting them.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Now here's Mann. Pass to Nurkic. And now the T-Wolves on the break. And the shot goes in. Ingles got 4 points in the quarter.
A phenomenal floor general. Conley is gifted at getting it to his uncovered teammates.
Here's Smith. Down low. Here's Mann. And down it goes. 2 points. Mann's gotten his second bucket.
And this is what you want to do when you've got a big lead. You must stay aggressive.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Clock at 6. From outside the arc. Rebounded by Nurkic.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And Nickeil Alexander-Walker has built a role around defense and activity, Coach.
Yeah, Brian, he's started to understand that not everyone can be that superstar scorer, and he's carved out a role around hustle, but still capable of knocking down shots within the flow of the offense. Well, the defense did everything they could there, but his skills as a finisher, wow.
Okogie's shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 9. Outside, Alexander Walker. And he drives in, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And just a lack of fight right now on the defensive end.
Right? At least on that slam it was. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of those.
Back to Gobert. Play into his strength. Gobert inside.
Outstanding job converting in close. Gobert understands how to execute around the rim.
Back to Mann. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. It's the Hornets up 5.
The Timberwolves, 44.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. Here's Mann. Outside, Williams. Back to Mann. Fires the 3. He drops it from range.
Well, if you came here looking for a scoring battle, I think you made the right choice.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
Ingles from outside. Fires in the triple.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let them get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Well, that's too easy. As he says, let me add to my highlight reel.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Williams knocks down the 3.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Charlotte leading by 7. And he lobs it up. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run. Here's Alexander Walker. Nails it from three. Alexander Walker's got 13 in the second half.
Well, he saw the defender back, and he got the looking like from three and capitalized.
And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line. So man will go to the free throw line. It goes on Mike Conley. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for the Hornets?
Well, they've been hitting threes at a high clip, and the defense hasn't done enough to challenge them at the line. They need to close out and run them off the three.
Outside for Randall. And again, it's Minnesota with a three.
Yeah, as a shooter, Randall can be practically automatic. He gets the ball and immediately has a shot cooking.
That one falls.
An old school finish there with the finger roll. You gotta be committed to a move like that, and he was.
Edwards, no good. Hornets leading by 6. Here's Okogie. Drains the triple.
Evan, D's gotta be better. I mean, that's a high-quality look for him.
Here's Edwards cutting inside. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, everything about Edwards' drive makes it dangerous. His speed, his agility, and his lack of fear. Well, all of us coaches, we love when you can create looks in close.
Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. Despite the lead, Coach was stern with the guys, mentioning to the team, do not let up. I've seen some big comebacks in this league, and this is not over. An interesting message. B.A.?
Good job there, Allie. Thanks. Randall deciding where to go with it. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. It's going to be on Miles Bridges.
Inside, you have to try something to stop Randall. But he gets physical right back and draws a good shooting foul.
That's off as well, so he misses both. Charlotte leading by 7. Here's Miller. And good, as it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller's so quick off the catch.
And it's good for 2. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. There's Ball with a 3. Minnesota with a rebound. And here we go, the Timberwolves on the run.
Well, look, Edwards doesn't back down from anyone. He embraces getting physical on the way out.
He hits the first one, and that trims the lead to 6. And both free throws good for Edwards.
Those are big free throws. Now they need some defensive stops.
Pass to Williams. And Williams punches it home.
The B.A., when he gets the rim in his sights, it's tough to stop.
So aggressive and a determined finisher. Nice. Ball outside. Miller outside from the arc. And it's Ball with the 3. And now it's a 10-point Charlotte lead.
And the clock will wind down on this one. Just a solid effort and a good win for the Hornets.
Loved how much they moved the ball out there tonight.
Yeah, no one got left out. This was a real team effort.
And what a huge performance it was for LaMelo Ball.
We saw him get a lot of touches tonight.